Let's go to schedule. Let's knock that out. We got Valpo, okay? Huge, okay? We just need it out of the game. And we get to start at home, which is awesome. Got a new team, some new coaches, got 40 new faces for crying out loud, all right? So you do that, that first home game will be nice. So we got Valpo coming out, and then we go on the road. Now we got some challenges there, but man, we're going to, we got to go down to Nebraska, and everybody reads about them. They're on fire right now. They're going to be going to their second year, and they'll take a quantum leap in their second year. You know, they got the number one recruit in the country going in there at quarterback. I mean, think of the hype going into that game. I don't know if that's their first or second home game. All I know is that I've played there once, and it's probably one of the top two venues I've ever played in as far as walking in the door. It's something. So yeah, so that'll be a challenge, and then we get on a plane and go all the way to Hawaii. That'll be a challenge in its own right, but what an opportunity for our players. Holy cow, what an opportunity for some guys will never cross the water again. And now what I learned last time by being in Hawaii, you got to get them focused for the game because they get caught up in the water and the sand, and they start thinking the same thing. I'm never coming back here, so I got to make the most of this. And we're going over there to win a football game, so we'll have to figure out a way to put some of that, instill some of that into them during camp and during spring ball. But then you get in our league, and there's no question our league is what it is, man. It's the best league in FCS football, bar none. All right, heck, just watch what went on. You got Isaac Frichte, remember him? Okay, Ike was here. He's a great man. Okay, he's the OC at North Dakota now. So it's like there's a lot of pieces of UNI all over this country right now. When you flip on the TV, there's going to be a UNI guy out there. So that's our schedule. And since I just said that, how about this? Christian Boyd. You guys been writing about Christian Boyd? What a great deal. He was the player, wasn't he the player of the week at the East-West Shrine game, correct? All right, so here's the way I see it. I told our football team after that came out, all right, Christian Boyd wasn't invited to anything 5 days after our season was over. He gets invited to the Hula Bowl, and he tears up the Hula Bowl, meaning he was great. I get a phone call in the middle of that week from the commissioner or the guy that runs the thing, and he goes, thanks for recommending him, thanks for standing up for him. I just want to tell you right now that he did so well this week that the East-West invited him over. So then he goes to the East-West, and he makes the most of that opportunity. And just within the last, I want to say 5, I might be wrong, but we've got Derice Fountain, who was the MVP of the East-West. We got Christian Boyd, who was the practice player of the week for the East-West. You got Trevor Penning, who was the offensive lineman of the week for the Senior Bowl. That's what's coming out of here. And what I told our team is 1% make it there. But man, when an opportunity presents itself, you got to make the most of it. And leaving our program, they're making the most of it because they're going head to head and they're tearing it up because they get the opportunity to go against what's considered the best in the country, and they're winning those battles of all of them. And I just think just within the last 5 or 6 years, whatever that is, I don't know if you can find one team in the country that could say they have those 3. I'd have to look, but all I know, that's a heck of a deal for our guys. And it's a great compliment to our process that we go through here, that when you leave here, whether it's a coach or whether it's a player, man, you can dream as big as you want, okay, and make it. But you got to do the work, and you got to do the time, and you got to do the grind, because it ain't free. So that's that. And then just finalizing stuff on that is you got the spring schedule on there, okay, gave you that as well, okay. So spring schedule, we'll go Monday, Wednesday, Fridays is what we'll do. Right now, and this is pretty much solidified, but we'll go in the morning. We'll go Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning before classes is the way we'll roll. And then you got the spring game will be on the 19th, and there'll be a kickoff kid thing that goes along with that pregame like we had last year for our players to have a mini camp, if you will, for the area. We'll do that, but that's our spring schedule. That's set and ready to go, and then we got to get to work. But any questions on that? Up to speed.
As far as spring, is there any returners that will miss spring ball with injury?
Yes, quite a few. And when I say quite a few guys that are difference makers for last year, you've got Amari Messick, all right? Yes, Ty Edwards and Amari again. All right, I got to get back to our own team. So I got Amari. Well, Amari had his shoulder fixed, all right? So he'll be fine and everything, but he won't be able to contact in the spring. Who else? There's a couple more like that. Bay Bowie. He had his shoulder fixed too, so we won't put him in contact, things like that. Nothing that will keep him out next season, and you may even see him out there in non-padded running things. We just won't put him in contact tackling type stuff because give him the full 6 months to heal before they take the first hits on it. So, but it'll be guys like that. Those are the two primary that I know of right now that won't play. So, goes with that. Anything else?
Just looking at your schedule coming up, I know I asked you quite a bit on where the bye week lands. This year, the bye week is right before conference play. Is that about a perfect time for you, giving you a chance to kind of look at what you're doing and maybe resetting things heading into?
Yeah, the schedule, as you know, we were all sitting there looking at the schedule, and we were all trying to make it work. All right, trust me, there's more to it than what you could even know happened behind the scenes. But the Valpo deal was a big deal. Okay, just a game, to get a game and to get it where it landed right there. We needed to play that first week that we were allowed to play. That gets us to camp on time. If we'd had an open date the first week, we don't get to go to camp for 7 more days when there's no classes going on. That would have, by hours into a coach, that's crazy. But now when we got that game, we get to come in. We come to camp on July 30th. All right, probably as early as we've ever have here. So we reported on the 30th. Our first practice will be the 31st. We're on schedule coming out of the gate. Then we get Valpo at home. Okay. After that, you bet we got our chore. Okay, we got to go on the road, and we're away for a while, and then we get an open date. The key to that open date is it gives us a chance after Hawaii. It was critical to keep it open, not so much before conference, but after Hawaii. If you do studies, and since we got to play them years ago, the experience of Hawaii is not. It's the game after that people lose, because coming back off Hawaii, you're not getting home till Monday morning, like at 3. The jet lag, you don't get your feet underneath you till about Wednesday or Thursday, and then you're playing a big game after. So if you look at retrospect to the teams that play Hawaii at Hawaii the week after, that's the struggle. It's not that week, it's the week after because of the flights coming back. So that gives us a week off, so we don't have that to deal with right now. So that buys us time. And the bonus is it's before this conference. And on top of that, South Dakota State, if you look at their schedule, has an open date that week as well. So it lines up. It gives us, all we ask is, all I've ever asked for here is give me a 50-50 chance. All right? That's all I need. Okay? Sometimes I'll take a 40-60. I'll still get it. All right? But I just want a 50-50. And as long as we get that, then it's on our shoulders to accomplish what we want to accomplish.
Mark, given the nature of some of what we were talking about at the end of last season, I'd just be curious to know about your interactions with interim AD Bob Bowlesby. Just, how productive would you say that relationship has been, and how so?
What I'd say is the word hope is the one that always comes to mind when I'm around him. Just his presence and just him being here it's just changed the standard. And it's not what he does or what he says. It's his presence and his because we all know him. Had he been a guy that came from outside, we're all getting to know him. But I knew him long before this. I was a player when he was here, for crying out loud. And he knows this place. And since he knows it so well, he's connected walking in the door. But he also knows the standard of this place for all sports. And we're here to win. And he has won at the highest level and worked with the best of the best in the country. So he understands that, but he also understands you and I. And we have to operate in our business here in our program to be elite, to play our standard that you expect, that I expect, that quite frankly we've missed out on the last few years. So he has brought that. For me personally, it's that energy and that drive and that, man, all right, that hope that you get, and all you need is hope to create the energy that you need to do what you want to do. And that's what I think he's just brought, that he's given us that burst. And he's really set up, in my belief, he's setting up the next athletic director, whoever that may be. He's putting him in a good light to move forward with, instead of just going through an interim where you kind of take the chair and you just kind of manage stuff. I think he's creating momentum for the next person to get them off on a good start. And I think that's what he's, in my personal opinion, what he's really brought to our entire athletic department. And David was great as well. But it's just when you bring Bob in after these years, sometimes you kind of need that kick in the butt and that kick of, hey guys, this is our standard here. We're here to win. We're not just here to play. And that energy, that life, that movement, that momentum, somebody's got to get that thing moving. And I think he's got it moving. He's starting the ball moving. It can only create momentum if we as coaches take it and run with it. And I think every coach would be similar to what I'm saying, but I just know I've sensed this place for so long. I remember getting introduced in 2001 as a head coach, and it feels like it's the same thing right now, that you got that push again to take this place, fill the dome, get the energy. I mean, part of the thing I do is I show the dome full, and that's not that long ago on these ball games. And that's what those players are working towards, to create that, because you got to bring your fan in by how you play. But you also need the backing and the support from behind to have that same vision of eliteness and not just participation. And he has that, bringing it to the table. And again, that's nothing against what it was. It's just I know Bob, and that's what Bob has always represented in my mind, whether he was at Iowa or Stanford or the Big 12 commissioner. That's just how I've always envisioned him, because I knew him when he was here, 31 years old, and I was a football player here. You good?
You just seem like you're really proud of the university right now. That's what I'm reading off of you. So I was just curious, is this more proud of the university than you've been maybe a year ago, or is this just always how you are?
No, I'm excited. I'm excited for the university right now. Look at all what's going on. Okay, we just hit the 250 million mark, and we're ahead by 50. We're ahead by a year, right? And they had to bump it up to 300. Okay, not had to. We get to. Holy cow, man! What's that say about what's going on the foundation side, and what they're doing outside for a whole campus? We need that campus to thrive for us to thrive, all right? And we need to thrive, okay? And that will help our campus thrive. And if we can play as that team, that's the only place I know this place. Man, you got to play as a team. And we're starting to play as a team right now, and we just need to keep that momentum going, because there's things that are started right here, and we're coming off. Everything's just kind of, sometimes the moons align right, where you got the foundation doing their thing, we're doing our thing. We're kind of going in a different direction as far as our leader. You've got the nursing program and the construction management program. I recruit all that. I know I just signed, 27 players? There's 27 majors in there. And I'm over there watching what they do as much as what I'm doing over here. And those 27 majors are just as important as those 27 football players. So what they have going on over there in some of their majors, and the things that we've got going on and the support behind it, and then you add the life of what's happening over here with facilities and things that are possible, the hope creates the energy, and that's all you ask for. There's a lot of hope at this place. We good?